Hey, good Wednesday morning, Wednesday, December 23rd. Yeah, it's almost Christmas. Are you excited? Yeah? Okay, I know. It's going to be different this year, 2020, but you know what? Jesus is born. Yeah. And that's what we're celebrating. So, regardless of our circumstances and our situations, let's focus on Jesus this Christmas. And I know parts of West Virginia and over in the mountains, especially, we're going to get a lot of snow. They're going to get a lot of snow over there. We'll get some, but it's going to be a white Christmas this year. And I know that makes a lot of folks happy. And today I want to share with you a story that comes from my home area. And when I say home area, I was born and raised up in Mineral County, West Virginia. And I grew up in Piedmont, West Virginia. And when you grew up in Piedmont, West Virginia, or Westernport, Maryland, or Luke, Maryland, that was called the Tri-Towns. And the story that I'm going to share with you today had been posted on social media sites over the last couple of years up in the Tri-Towns area. I don't know who wrote it, but I want to share it with all of you today because it's a great story. And it's called The Real Santa. The Real Santa. I remember my first Christmas party with Grandma. I was just a kid. And I remember tearing across town on my bike to visit her on the day that my big sister dropped the bomb. The biggest bomb that could shatter a little kid's world. She told me, "There is no Santa Claus. Even dummies know that." My grandma was not the gushy kind, never had been. And I fled to her that day because I knew she would be straight with me. I knew grandma always told the truth. And I knew that the truth always went down a whole lot easier when swallowed with one of her world famous cinnamon rolls. Grandma was home, and the buns were still warm. Between bites, I told her everything. Grandma listened to every word. She was ready for me. "No Santa Claus," she snorted. "Ridiculous. I don't believe it. That rumor's been going around for years, and it makes me mad, plain mad. Now put on your coat and let's go. I want to show you the truth." Grandma was going to show me the truth. But go? Go where, Grandma? I hadn't even finished my second cinnamon roll. Where turned out to be our local general store, the one store in town that had a little bit of just about everything. As we walked through its door, Grandma handed me $10. $10! That's a bundle of money to a kid my age. Take this money and buy something for someone who needs it, and I'm going to wait for you in the car. Then Grandma turned around and she walked out of the store. I was only 8 years old and left to shop by myself. I'd often gone shopping with my mom, but never had a shop for anything all by myself. The store seemed so big and seemed so crowded. It was full of people, and it seemed like everybody was scrambling to finish their Christmas shopping. For a few moments, I just stood there, confused, clutching that $10 bill, wondering what to buy and who on earth would I buy for. I thought of everybody I knew, my family, my friends, my neighbors, the kids at school, the people who went to my church. I was just about thought out when I suddenly thought of Bobby Decker. Bobby Decker. He was a kid with bad breath and messy hair. And he sat right behind me in Mrs. Johnson's grade 2 class. Bobby Decker didn't have a coat. And I knew that because he never went out for recess during the winter. His mother, she always wrote a note telling the teacher that he had a cough. But all of us kids knew that Bobby Decker, he didn't have a cough. The truth was, he didn't have a coat. Well, I held that $10 bill with growing excitement. I would buy Bobby Decker a coat. I settled on a red corduroy jacket. It had a hood on it, and it looked like it was really warm. And I knew that Bobby Decker would like it. "Is this a Christmas present for someone?" the lady behind the counter asked kindly, as I laid my $10 down. "Yes," I replied shyly. "It's for Bobby." The nice lady smiled at me. I didn't get any change, but she put the coat in a bag and she wished me a Merry Christmas. Well, that evening, Grandma helped me wrap the coat in Christmas paper and ribbons, and then she wrote, "To Bobby from Santa Claus." Grandma said that Santa always insisted on secrecy. Then she drove me over to Bobby Decker's house, explaining as we went that I was now and forever officially one of Santa's helpers. Grandma parked down the street from Bobby's house, and she and I crept quietly, and we hid in the bushes right beside of his front walk. Then Grandma gave me a nudge. "All right, Santa Claus," she whispered, "get going." I took a deep breath. I dashed for his front door. I threw the present down on the step, and I pounded his doorbell, and I flew back to the safety of the bushes and to my grandma. Together we waited breathlessly in the darkness for the front door to open. Finally it did, and there stood Bobby. 40 years haven't dimmed the thrill of those moments that I spent shivering in that cold, dark night beside my grandma in Bobby Decker's bushes. That night, I realized that those awful rumors about Santa Claus were just what Grandma said they were: ridiculous. Santa was alive and well, and we were on his team. I hope that you are on his team too. The world needs more love, and the world needs more goodwill to brighten the streets in all of our neighborhoods. Friends, this story, again, it's not about me. It's not about anyone that I know, but it's a story of hope. It's a story of giving. It's a story of a boy who saw a need in his classroom, and he reached out to a classmate to show him that, yeah, there is somebody who cares, and there is somebody who loves. And I hope and pray that you and I, this holiday season, can reach out and change the world for somebody in our community or in the community where you live. Hey, this is Pastor Bill from St. Luke's United Methodist Church, Harrisville, West Virginia, Ritchie County, West Virginia. Wherever you are, I hope you're happy, I hope you're healthy, and I hope you're safe. And I want to wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas. And I hope and pray that 2021 will be a year of healing and a year of blessing for all of us around the world. Have a great day, and God bless.